Welcome to this explainer. So let's just jump right in. Today, we're going to look really closely at this massive, totally wild contradiction in the modern professional's life. Think about this for a second. Every single time you get a raise, it has the power to either make you richer or, paradoxically, keep you entirely broke. We're going to dive into exactly why getting that promotion and making more money on paper so often leaves really smart, hardworking professionals feeling like their bank account absolutely hasn't changed at all.
It's such a frustrating reality for so many of us, right? I mean, you got the raise, your salary went up, your career is completely booming, and you're checking all the right boxes. But somehow at the end of the month, we have to stop and ask this absolutely crucial question. Why does your bank account look exactly the same as it did 3 years ago? To uncover why you might still feel broke despite all your success, we've got to look at what's really happening behind the scenes of that salary bump.
Section 1. The Silent Wealth Killer.
Okay, so what is the villain in our story? It's called lifestyle inflation. This is a super sneaky, hidden financial trap where earning more just means you immediately upgrade everything around you. You get the promotion, so naturally you feel you deserve the bigger home. You buy a nicer car. You start hitting up more expensive restaurants. You add on a bunch of premium monthly subscriptions, and you just do a bit more shopping. And it all feels totally justified because, hey, you're earning more, right? But here's the massive problem with that. Your income goes up right alongside those bigger homes and nicer cars, but your actual financial freedom doesn't budge an inch. You're making more money than you ever have in your entire life, but you're still living completely paycheck to paycheck. You're essentially just running faster on a treadmill just to stay stuck in the exact same stressful, financially precarious cycle. Section 2. 3 major money traps. Trap number 1 is what we call the classic housing upgrade. You get a raise and your immediate thought is, awesome, I can afford a bigger house now. But buying the biggest house the bank says you can afford comes with all these hidden, escalating costs. A bigger house doesn't just mean a bigger mortgage payment, it guarantees higher property taxes, higher homeowners insurance, and significantly more maintenance costs. Suddenly, a home that should simply support your lifestyle ends up completely controlling your entire paycheck. Wealthy people actively avoid this trap. They buy the house that gives them freedom, not the absolute maximum the bank will lend them. And that brings us to trap number 2, luxury car syndrome. A new salary almost always triggers the itch for a new car because a luxury vehicle feels like a really tangible, visible reward for all your hard work. But remember, cars aggressively lose value. A $1,000 monthly car payment doesn't just cost $1,000. It literally steals $12,000 a year straight from your wealth building potential. Imagine that 12 grand invested over time instead. So before you rush out and sign the papers to buy that depreciating vehicle just to reward yourself, you really need to pause and ask yourself a pretty tough question. Is this helping me build assets, or is it just showing off my income? Because there is a massive difference between actually being wealthy and just looking like you have a high income. Now, the third trap isn't one huge, glaring purchase like a house or a car. It's actually way sneakier. It's those small, insidious daily habits. Think about your premium daily coffee, that growing stack of streaming subscriptions, the frequent food delivery apps, and reflexively expensive weekends. Look, each one feels entirely harmless in the moment, but together, they quietly destroy thousands of dollars every single year. The danger here isn't the act of spending money. The danger is that you're spending it completely on autopilot, without even thinking. Section 3. The raise strategy. Every professional out there eventually faces a fork in the road. Average earners operate on the left side. Their salary increases, so their spending immediately shoots up to match it. But wealthy people, they operate on the right. When their salary increases, their investing increases. They use that new money to build income-producing assets, fundamentally uncoupling their earning power from their spending habits. So how do we fix it? Well, there's a brilliantly simple, highly effective rule to break this cycle, and it's just a 50-50 split. When you get a raise, divide it straight down the middle. Commit to saving and investing at least 50% of that new money. Then go ahead and give yourself permission to enjoy the other 50%. This structure is just a real game changer because it lets you actually feel the reward of your hard work and upgrade your life today without completely sacrificing your future freedom. Section 4. Building the wealth gap. Look, the ultimate goal of all this financial planning isn't to live a super boring life where you absolutely never spend a dime. No way. The goal is to aggressively create a gap between what you earn and what you spend. Because that gap, and literally only that gap, is what actually creates your wealth over time. If your spending always rises to perfectly meet your income, your gap is zero and your wealth is zero. So here is your actionable playbook to guarantee that gap exists. Step 1, work hard to increase your income. Step 2, actively keep your lifestyle stable when that new money arrives. Step 3, invest the entire difference between the two. If you just follow these 3 steps consistently over time, the results are incredible. Your investments grow on their own, your life options drastically increase, and your day-to-day financial stress absolutely plummets. Section 5. The Millionaire Mindset. You see, real wealth is actually almost entirely invisible. It's not the luxury car you drive, the flashy watch you wear, or the massive size of your house. Those things, they're really just indicators of spending. Real wealth is having choices. It's the quiet, awesome confidence of being able to handle a major emergency without totally panicking. It's the absolute power to just walk away and leave a job you hate because you aren't changed to massive monthly payments. Because it really all comes down to this. Money should buy freedom, not just expensive things. Lifestyle inflation is a totally silent killer. It doesn't destroy your finances overnight in one big dramatic event. Instead, it just slowly, quietly takes away your future month by month, upgrade by upgrade if you let it. I want to leave you with this one final thought. The very next time your income goes up or you get that sweet year-end bonus, do not immediately ask yourself, what can I buy now? Instead, take a breath, look at your finances, and ask yourself this absolutely provocative question. How can I make this money work for me? Because at the end of the day, the absolute fastest way to build real wealth isn't just about earning more money, it's about keeping more of it. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and start building that gap today.